Hello, everyone. This is my second time filming this because I got through the whole first one and it was too goddamn dark. Oh my god, I was so mad. So I put some more lights on, and if this is too dark, oh well, so be it. So I just wanted to check in because I'm flying solo. Mark's at work. He should be home around 8. I had an unbelievably weird morning, and I wanted to acknowledge 2 of the things that helped make it less weird and frankly less scary. Um, and just give them a little bit of acknowledgement. Now, to preface this, I've said in probably 12.5 videos that I have bipolar disorder. When I was talking to Mark about his health concerns, which are primarily physical, but they weigh on his mind, one of the things we relate to is that when he gets up in the morning, he's not sure what he's waking up to physically. Most days, I don't know what I'm waking up to mentally. But because I've lived with this probably longer than I was diagnosed, but at least 6 years or so, I have a pretty good toolkit of things that will help me cope until whatever it is levels out. And mornings are generally the hardest to get through. And it doesn't matter if it's a work day, a weekend, it just is what it is. So get up this morning and seemed okay. It kind of took my mental temperature. Things seemed good. Threw my legs off the bed and then looked at the ground and I was like, how am I going to do this? How am I going to do this? But I usually tell myself, don't start. Literally, don't start. Don't start. So, self-talk, internal monologue. I'm not talking to anyone. I'm not hearing anything. Wouldn't be anything wrong with me if I did, but that's not how my stuff manifests. So, get my clothes on, drink my half-liter of coffee, smoke 1,000 cigarettes, and then I walk to work. It was snowing this morning. It was actually a pretty walk. And work's only 4 blocks from my house. We live in a city, but not really, but sort of, but not really. So, get to work, and things seem good. I have my travel coffee mug that I brought from home, and I'm sipping it, and I get to work, and I'm kind of catching messages up and seeing if there's emails I need to return, and I can't really concentrate. And I'm starting to get anxious, quick, about all sorts of things that I can't do anything about at 9:30 in the morning on a workday. But they all seem very important and very scary and need my attention now. And it was everything from some financial concerns to long-term stuff to maybe Mark's health a little bit to, as that's snowballing and I'm getting more upset, my own sanity. I start having crazy thoughts that I'm going crazy, and then those crazy thoughts make me think I'm going crazy, and I have this big fear that, one time I'm gonna go crazy and not come back. Kind of like when a person has, a relapse, when they have, MS, and they lose function of some limb, and then when they come out of the relapse, that function doesn't come back. I'm afraid sometime I'm gonna have, a panic attack or some paranoia, and I'm not gonna be able to be rescued from that by medication or the passing of time. So I was feeling crazy about being crazy. Incidentally, I don't use the word crazy when I talk to the folks I work with who have mental health concerns, but I'll be damned if I'm going to be told how to talk about myself. So there. So this is mounting on itself. I'm starting to weep. I'm blinking back tears at my desk. I'm staring at the wall, which of course is not work. And I'm just feeling this flight thing. I gotta get out of here. I don't know what to do. I can't. I've gone to the bathroom at work before and vented a little bit. I've cried in that bathroom. I've danced in that bathroom. Luckily, there's only 2 men on my floor, so we just pretty much share the men's room. So no one, I don't know. But, so I go to one of my supervisors and said, I am not doing okay right now. Would it be okay if I left for an hour? I wasn't sure what I was going to do with that hour, but I just needed some space. I needed to get out. So I decided very quickly on a whim that I was going to come home. I texted Mark, got no answer, and I called and it went right to his voicemail, but he had his phone off because he was asleep. So I know what time he usually gets up, so I was like, okay, I'll leave now. So I walk home at the speed of sound, forget to put some of my hood and stuff on while I'm leaving, so I was freezing. And it was still snowing, of course. Of course my lighter's dead. No, it's not dead. Okay, it still has fuel in it. I know. Who are you to judge me? you're right too. It's expensive and it's deadly. Um, so come home, I start talking his ear off, and I feel guilty even saying anything because, um, he has arguably worse symptoms than I do. I don't know. It's like apples and oranges in some ways, but I was starting to feel like, well, this is hard and this is hard and this is so hard on me, and it's spinning from crazy into like self-pity, and I hate feeling sorry for myself because I hate being around people who feel sorry for themselves. Self-pity disgusts me, but I do it very well. So, it's hard. Then I start to like feel guilty about feeling guilty. And then in speaking with Mark, he needs sometimes, on a bad day, he'll need like half a reason to feel guilty. He'll start sucking up my feelings and think that he's causing them. Now we can talk that out. We're tight. We can get through stuff like that in a good conversation. But I was not ready to engage in that, and I didn't know where he was at this morning. So, be damned, I just start erupting. And he's mirroring back to me what I'm saying, and we're kind of sorting out, this is actually real, and this is not, and this you're overreacting, Alan, and this is not. And he does it very gently. He's good at it by now. And we sort that out. And I kind of just chill, hang out for a minute, and I was home for maybe 40 minutes, and then got my stuff back together. And the best we could do today was just make a plan for the rest of today, because I was thinking way too far ahead about other things. So, plan was I'm going to go back to work, which I had already decided anyway. Whatever condition I was in, I was going to go back to work, because I don't have the time to use at work to take any time off at the moment. And, it's my responsibility. I need to be there. So, I was in a better spot, got my stuff together, found my hat, which was missing for 2 days. I was so excited. So that was a hope shot. And then went back to work, and I was more or less okay for the rest of the day. So the plan was to go back to work. I'm coming home. I was going to maybe shoot a video, get a shower, do some cooking. I was going to make Mark and I dinner, and then just probably chill out for the rest of the night. Maybe catch up on some of the channels that I've been watching. I've been catching up on Zachary Michael, who I have a unashamed crush on, and Life by Jen and Cynthia Beaumont, and Cinemassacre is another one I like too. It's so probably not what you would think I would watch, but it's actually pretty cool. He doesn't need my help either. He's got like 3 million subscribers. So that's what I was going to do for the rest of the evening. Now, the people that really deserve credit for helping me get through this morning are my employer and Mark, because I am no hero. Sure, I get through rough days, but we all have rough days. I mean, I have a mental illness. Some people have 5 kids. Some people live on disability and money is tight constantly. Some people live in areas where they have no transportation and they have to walk 5 miles to get groceries. We all have something. So I don't want to, frame it like my life is harder than somebody else's life, because we all have stuff that we deal with. But I was able to get through the stuff that I deal with today from getting help from other people. I had the flexibility where I work to get away for an hour. So if you're an employer and you have someone like me who works for you, and I come in and say, I need some space, I need an hour, and it's the middle of the workday, and you can spare it, let them go. Let them go. I was in a much better spot to leave and come back than to let that swell and freak out and talk myself into thinking I need the rest of today and tomorrow off too, because I'm out of my mind. Just that little bit got me the rest of the day. Having Mark to bounce things off of, and having a full disclosure with Mark too, not keeping secrets from him about like how I'm doing and stuff. That made a big difference. So even though the truth isn't always, flattering, it is what it is, and it's a helpful, it's a helpful tool. Who would have thought the truth would be something helpful? So that's all I got. Thank you guys for listening to me if you've watched this far. Again, the whole point of, I think, all of this for me, and it's nothing I've invented, and it's nothing, there's memes of it, and there's probably inspirational posters and shit too, but the idea of rest, don't quit. Today I had a chance to rest, and it means I didn't have to quit. I didn't have to throw in the towel by 10:30 and come home and hide under the covers, which was all I wanted to do, and just make the world go away, and just lay in bed and eat until tomorrow. but I didn't give up on Thursday. I gave it the best I could do, and it turned out more or less okay. So, again, I certainly didn't invent that motto or slogan, but I had an example of it today. So that's all. So thanks for watching. Please subscribe. Get the alerts. Hit the little bell, I think it is. Leave some comments. Thumbs up the video too. And I will catch up with y'all soon. Bye.